This is Jonathan Agger of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Lonnie B, Lionell Thompson here at DLX Boxing in Las Vegas. Lonnie, how's life?
Man, life is good. You know, we fighting soon, so get ready for me next year. Top of the sport, crushing everything they put in front of me.
You had any talks about fights? Have you had offers, opponents pull out? What's happened?
No, right now we just working with a promoter. I ain't gonna say the name, but and I plan on doing big things in Jesus' name.
Well, let's get straight into Saturday night. Canelo Alvarez losing for the third time in his career to Terence Crawford. I've interviewed you a lot, so I can't exactly remember what your prediction was before the fight. But yeah, tell us, what did you think?
Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. I was leaning more towards Canelo, but currently I said initially it was a 50-50 fight. But as it got closer, I was leaning towards Canelo because of the size difference. But I've also said, and I can show messages, I got personal DMs where I told people Canelo is shot. I'm like, he don't have a lot left in the tank, but I thought he had enough left to give Crawford trouble. And I say he was shot because he couldn't stop Berlanga or Jamie Munguia. You know what I'm saying? Or Skull. So I'm like, Canelo don't have the same legs no more. I said, but if it goes to decision, I think Crawford clearly wins. I thought the fight would actually go the way it did. I just thought the second half that I thought Canelo would do better. But Crawford shut him down, and I was wrong. The size didn't play a difference, and Crawford is that guy.
Did you honestly think that Crawford was going to trade like he did with Canelo?
No, I didn't. Crawford showed that he's a dog. He showed that he's a great, and he deserved to be on that Mount Rushmore of boxing.
How many rounds did you give Canelo? Because I was saying earlier off camera that I gave him probably more than most people gave him. How many did you give him?
None. But being nice, none. But being nice.
You honestly thought it was a 12-0?
Yes. Being nice, I found maybe a round and a half to give him, and that's me being nice. But if I'm going off my boxing IQ and me not knowing neither fighter, I'm like, this is easy work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is easy work. He shut Canelo down. He showed that Canelo's an ordinary fighter. And Canelo, you got to ask yourself this, and this is no hate to Terence Crawford, but if you look at Lara, I thought Lara really beat him, right? It shows you that the politics of boxing, that they make you a star. Because if Canelo had to go the other route, will he be as big as he is? Remember this, he had 43 fights before anybody even knew who he was. Floyd made him known. Because people was hitting me up like, who is this guy? I never heard of him. So he had 43 fights, 8 world title defenses, and nobody knew who he was. Except for people in boxing. But Floyd beat him, and that made him a star. You know what I'm saying? Because he fought Floyd, people started watching him, and when the politics made him a star, matching him with the right fights at the right time. But now it's funny how life turns, because now Crawford caught him at the right time.
So, when you say, because you said it a few times about how boxing makes stars, they're not sort of like natural stars. Explain what you mean by that, and why do you think that happens?
What I mean by that is that they pick who they want to make ticket sellers. Because here's my thing, right? If you take one guy, and you fight him once every 2 years in tough fights, and he have close fights and he loses close fights, the fans call him a bum. But they don't see the fact that this guy really could be good if they gave him a fair chance. Then they get the guys that they pick. Like, this is the guy we want to be the star. So we're going to keep him active. We're going to do everything to make him successful. Which other things they do that I won't speak on. We're going to do everything we can to make him successful in this guy. So champions need opponents. So they say, yeah, this guy could be good, but that's not the guy we picked. So what I mean by that is that they keep one guy active, keep the media in his face, keep him on TV, keep him fighting on big undercards, and keep good stories out there about him. They shove it down the fans' throat, so now you have no choice but to watch him. And then if you do that for 10 years, of course you'll be able to sell out the arena. So, but then they tell the opponent who can fight that nobody knows and tell them, oh, we can't pay you because you're not a ticket seller. Well, duh. Duh. Y'all don't write stories about me. Yeah, every time I fight, y'all get me on a short notice, and I'm in a tough fight and I lose a close decision, and then y'all just throw me to the wayside until y'all think I can lose another fight. Of course you ain't gonna be no ticket seller like that. So that's what I mean when I say Canelo has been taken care of, and listen, that's your team's job. There's no shade to Canelo, but that's his team's job. But everybody not fortunate enough in boxing to have a team. You understand what I'm saying? So in the politics, they do what they want to do. But in my opinion, go look at my videos when I was with Floyd. I never thought Canelo was like a great fighter. So he was a good fighter, but not great. You know what I'm saying?
So you wouldn't say like he's the best Mexican fighter of all time, like people say?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think Julio Cesar Chavez is, because Julio Cesar Chavez got like actual. Okay, let me ask you this, and I want to break it down so the fans will say I'm hating. Tell me one great, and when I say great, fighter that Canelo beat when they was like that, like in their prime and on top of their game. Just give me one. How many fights he got? 63?
Yeah, 64, I think, maybe.
64. I have 64 fights. Name me 3 fighters that he beat that was in their prime, that was on top of their game, that he destroyed. Just 3. Then give me 3.
Destroyed? I wouldn't say he destroyed him, but people argue he beat Golovkin. That's one, right?
I give you that one. Even though I don't think he beat Golovkin, but I give you that one. I'm gonna be fair. I'll give you that one.
I thought he lost the first fight, like most people did.
I thought he clearly lost.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you Golovkin. Who else?
Who else? Let me pull up the record. You talk.
Hey, listen. Now listen. You remember the interview with Floyd said, "Man, Canelo easy. I cooked this dude. Man, I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. He was 20. Now he's nothing." Right? Why do you think Floyd said that?
Tell us.
Maybe he really wasn't what they said he was. Sometimes your promotion can be better than your fighting. And I think that's what a lot of these fighters. I mean, you got some fighters out there that really get busy. You got Usyk. Okay, let's look at the names. Let's look at the names. Okay. Austin Trout, I'll give you that one. I can't give you Shane Mosley because Shane Mosley was over the hill. I can't give you that one. Kermit Citron, no. Carlos Baldomir, no. Sorry. Carlos Baldomir, no. Floyd Mayweather, he lost to. Alfredo Angulo, he was half dead when he stepped in the ring with Canelo. Let's be honest. Who else? I thought Lara beat him. James Kirkland could barely walk when he got in the ring. Miguel Cotto was over the hill. Like, when I say over the hill, he wasn't the Miguel Cotto that fought Paulie. He wasn't the Miguel Cotto that fought Zab.
Is there an argument that he can only fight who's in his era? I mean, people will say Duck Benavidez, right?
Yeah, that's not a bad duck, though. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I would never duck David, but for him, that's not a bad duck. I'm not gonna crucify him for that. He beat a small Mir Khan, a Chavez Jr. who they just gave him that fight because of the father. I thought he lost to Golovkin. Rocky Fielding, come on.
So
Daniel Jacobs, that's a decent win. It's a decent win. Kovalev was a drunk. Callum Smith, I mean, nothing special. Good fighter, but nothing spectacular. Yildirim, Billy Joe Saunders, good, nothing special. Caleb Plant, good win. I give him that. Good win. I give him that. Caleb was undefeated. He gave it. Dimitri Bivol, he lost. John Ryder. And I don't like dissing fighters because I'm a fighter, and it gets to that level. You can't say nobody's a bum to get to that level, but it's levels to it. So
you're talking elite names, right?
Elite. Yeah, I'm elite.
Yeah.
Jamal Charlo, too small for him. Jamie Munguia, Edgar Berlanga, Williams. I mean, you look at his record. Like, every time he steps in there with somebody who's elite, he loses. Lara, Floyd. Now Bivol. Now Crawford. So you ask yourself, no, I'm gonna ask you this. How much you make for that Crawford fight?
The reports are 150 million or 100 million.
Did he look like he was worth anywhere near that? Be honest. Did he look like he was worth? Did he look like he was worth? Listen, okay, go back. Do he look like he was worth 100 million for the Berlanga fight?
No.
Jamie Munguia fight?
He got probably 40 for that, maybe. I'm guessing.
Did he look like he was worth that for them fights? He looked like he was worth about $1 million to a couple $100,000 with his last couple of performances. But I've been saying, I saw him fight, said Canelo shot.
You said you'd beat Canelo after you beat Skull. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Wait, what you say? I would?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's easy work. Easy work. Same thing Crawford, I did the same. Box. Terence Crawford is an amazing fighter. He's one of the greats. He's a Hall of Famer. And I think what he did was phenomenal. And yeah, I think what he did was phenomenal. You know, I'm not going to take it away. One thing I want to touch on, though. If we're going to give Terence Crawford all the credit for this win, then we got to give Floyd all the credit for his wins.
Who beat him better, in your opinion?
I think Floyd beat him better because Floyd stood right there in the pocket. Terence did it in spots. Floyd did it the whole fight with just a little movement. And when he was younger, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, Floyd only gained a pound after the weigh-in. Canelo went up to 175, and Floyd still beat him easy. So if we're gonna give, so we can't say that Canelo was too young. He had 43 professional fights, 8 world title defenses, and people say, "Oh, he was too young. That's why Floyd beat him." So if y'all gonna do that, then we gotta say, "Well, Canelo was too old. That's why Crawford beat him." So if we're gonna give Crawford credit for this, then we have to give Floyd credit for all his career. We can't say he beat old Shane. We can't say he beat old Oscar. We can't say that. We can't say he beat a young Canelo. We gotta say Floyd is one of the greats because he beat some of the best guys in the game. No matter when he fought them, he beat them. That's if we saying Crawford is one of the greatest for this win, then we got to give Floyd his flowers too. We can't make excuses. We got to be fair.
In your honest opinion, do you think Crawford fights again, and do you think Canelo fights again? I mean, Canelo does have a full fight deal with Riyadh season, but
yeah, I think Canelo gonna fight again, but he's gonna pick his opponent strategically, which is smart.
who would he fight?
Well, he can fight me. I ain't nothing. I ain't nothing. I ain't nothing. You know what I mean? He can fight me. You know, even Terence. I think Crawford's gonna fight again, but I think it's gonna be at 160. I think he's gonna be at 160. I don't think he's gonna fight nobody else at 68. Well, not nobody, cause he know that they're gonna start banging on that door for them big dogs, and I don't think he wanna. And it don't make no sense for him to work that hard at this point in his career when he's a Hall of Famer. It make no sense with him going out fighting super tough fights when he just beat the guy that they said was the man. So I would do the same, go down to 160. Listen, now Crawford at the point where he getting 25, 30 million a fight no matter who he fight. So if I was him, I would fight like Charlo. I think that's an easy fight for him. Carlos Adames. Those are good fights for him, and those are fights that people will want to see. Will be entertaining, and Crawford is going to get a big bag for it, and I think it's a smart and very wise business choice for him to do that. I don't think he need to work that hard at 68 to get that money when he can go down and get the same money for easier days of work.
Cool, Lonnie B, appreciate your time as always. Let me just show your top DLX boxing. There it is in Las Vegas. You're one of the trainers here as well as a fighter.
Yep.
Looking for smoke with whoever. So hopefully see you back in the ring at some point.
Yep, soon.
And yeah, appreciate your time.
No, thank you for having me, man. You know I love you.
Where can they follow you, by the way?
Lonnie B the Champ on Instagram, and Lionell Lonnie B Thompson on Facebook, and Lonnie B 168 on Snapchat. Come holla at me, but holla at me in love, not in hate and anger. I get a lot of, "Oh, you a hater." I be like, I don't even reply. I just be like, "Okay, you don't know boxing. You talking from your emotion. Okay, cool."
Yeah. And DLX boxing on Instagram as well. There you go, Lonnie. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, champ.